Hey everyone, it's Rose and this is Cher, and today I want to talk to you all about the stages of change and how they relate to Amberlynn Reid's cycle. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so before I get started, I just want to say hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you all for being here, and thanks to all my old subscribers for still sticking around and being interested in what I have to say. For those who have kind of just joined, I wanted to kind of reintroduce myself. My name is Rose. I am a physical therapist in the state of Florida. This is my dog, Cher. I have been, keeping track of all the questions that you guys have been asking in my last video, and I am going to be filming like a question and answers type video for my next video. Today I wanted to talk about the stages of change, and there are 5 steps that, a person goes through in their mind before they start making a change, or as they're making a change, I guess. And my undergrad degree is in exercise science, which is a degree that a lot of people use to be personal trainers or go on to be exercise physiologists. So it's something that we learned about in school to kind of understand where, if we got a client as a physical training client, to kind of understand where they are in the stages of making a healthy change in their life. So I kind of relate these steps of change in the aspect of, making a healthy behavior change to kind of better your health and wellness. But these also apply to different psychological things as well as addiction and things like that. But for today's video, I'm going to be talking about it in regards to making healthy changes to improve your health and wellness and lose weight and get in better shape. And then after I talk about all the stages, there's 5 stages of change. Then I'm going to kind of talk about that cycle that's been going around that Amberlynn Reid kind of follows. It's 4 phases, and I kind of want to relate those to the stages of change to hopefully help people that are watching understand maybe where she's at in her mind as far as making a healthy change for herself. So these stages of change are called the trans-theoretical model, and what it is it focuses on the decision making of an individual and is a model of intentional change. So basically it's just a model setting forth people and their intention to change. In the bottom line, and this was kind of a study that was done to come up with this trans-theoretical model, or these stages of change. And the bottom line from the study was that people are only going to change when they're actually ready to change. The trans-theoretical model operates on the assumption that people do not change behaviors quickly and decisively, and change in behavior occurs continually through a cyclical process. So that's why I'm thinking I can probably relate this to the cycle and the phases that Amberlynn Reid goes through as we watch her. So the first phase in this 5 stages of change is the pre-contemplation phase. And this is the phase where people do not intend to take action in the foreseeable future. They're not aware that their behavior is problematic or unhealthy, and people in this stage often underestimate the pros of making a change in their life and often focus too much on the cons of what making a positive change would mean. The next stage is the contemplation phase. So this is where people are intending to start a healthy behavior in the foreseeable future. So in the next 6 months, they're planning to start making a change in their life. People recognize that their behavior is problematic, and more thought and practical contemplation of the pros and cons of changing takes place, with equal emphasis on the pros and on the cons of making the change. Even with this recognition, people may still be hesitant to actually make the change. So they're recognizing that they have a problem and that a lot of the things they're doing are unhealthy for them, but they still are hesitant to actually set forth and make changes in their life to improve it. The next stage is the preparation stage, or the determination stage. In this stage, people are ready to take action within the next 30 days. People start to take small steps towards the behavior change, and they believe that changing their behavior can lead to a healthier life. The next stage is action. And people have this is the next stage is at the action stage. And this is where people have recently changed their behavior and intend to keep moving forward with that behavior change. They may exhibit this by modifying their problem behavior or acquiring new healthy behaviors. So this is the stage where people may be, changing their diet and adopting like a new exercise routine, or maybe even adopting a new kind of diet. So like if someone is deciding to become vegan, they're going to start adopting that kind of lifestyle and implementing it into their life. The last stage is the maintenance stage, and this is where people have sustained their behavior change for a while. So a while in this model means around 6 months, and they intend to maintain behavior change going forward. People in this stage work to prevent relapse to earlier steps. So basically the maintenance stage is like, the rest of your life. You're always constantly just trying to keep from going back to, the contemplation stage where you're back to your problematic behaviors and, basically being unwilling to change. All right, so now I wanted to talk about the Amberlynn Reid cycle that she goes through and how it relates to these stages of change. And I believe this cycle was made by Archie or Archetype. I know Kicking Geese is friends with him. And I just kind of want to give him credit. Archie, I know, is his name. And I'm going to put the cycle up on the screen. So if I'm going in order of the stages of change, the first one is the pre-contemplation stage. And this, I believe, matches up to Amberlynn in phase 2 or phase 3. Phase 2 is ignorance and phase 3 is indignation. So this is where she's, eating fast food, really doesn't have a weight loss plan, has kind of stopped talking about, for example, she was doing Weight Watchers. At this point, she's not even talking about Weight Watchers at all. Or, when she eats something on camera, she's not telling us what the Weight Watchers points are. So this is basically where, the talk of weight loss has kind of gone out the window. The next stage in the stages of change is the contemplation stage. And I believe this best matches up to Amberlynn Reid in phase 4, the manipulation phase. This is where, she's crying and talking about how she needs to change or lose weight, but, she hasn't really set out any way to actually start making those changes in her life. These are the videos where, she's crying and saying, don't turn out like me. I don't know how I got myself to this point. So she's recognizing that she has problematic behavior and unhealthy behavior, but she isn't really to the point yet where she's saying, this is what I'm going to do to get healthier and change my life. The next 2 phases I kind of think go together in this cycle for Amberlynn, and that's the preparation stage and the action phase. And this best lines up with her phase 1 redemption. This is where she's retrying the old weight loss program. So how many times have we gone back to counting calories? How many times have we gone back to Weight Watchers? So this is basically where she's trying to implement some kind of plan in her life to better her health. This is where we're seeing the exercise with me videos. This is where we're seeing the eat with me videos. These are also, we used to, I don't know that we really see them anymore, like her meal prep and her healthier eat with me's, which we are seeing now with like the salads. But we don't really see a lot of meal prepping from her anymore. And unfortunately, I can't match the maintenance phase of the stages of change with any of Amberlynn Reid's phases of her cycle because we haven't seen that from her yet. We haven't seen her implement a change in her life and be able to maintain it for, 6 months where we're actually seeing changes for a long period of time. And I think that this ultimately goes to show that Amberlynn isn't ready to make a change and isn't ready to better her life. And I I wanted to talk about these stages of change to kind of show people where somebody has to be mentally in order to, you know, successfully improve their life for the better and make a healthy change. And I don't know that Amberlynn is at that point yet. Amberlynn likes to be in control, and I don't know that she's willing to give up control to anybody like a dietitian or a weight loss doctor that's going to be able to help her to lose weight and be healthy. And until she's truly, we can talk to her until we're blue in the face and, you know, explain to her how, you know, what she's doing is extremely unhealthy and it's going to lead her to a place where she can't get out of bed and can't move and can't do things on her own. But she's not going to actually listen and absorb it until she's ready to listen and hear it, and until she is actually ready to make the change. And I wanted to discuss these things so that people understand where I am coming from. I know that Amberlynn Reid is not to the maintenance stage, or not even really at this point in the action phase. And I know that I can sit here and talk, and it's not going to get through to her because she's truly not ready to change, and she's truly not ready to give up control of her life to somebody that's going to be there to help her and improve her life. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and were able to kind of understand if you're trying to make a change in your life, where in the stages of change you're at, and where you kind of need to get your mind to go to be able to get to the next step. If you have any questions for me, always you can leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you. As I've gotten more and more subscribers, I get more and more comments, so it's harder to keep up, but I will definitely try to get back to you as I can. I also leave my Twitter and Instagram linked down below in the description, so you can follow me over there and feel free to message me on there. I'll probably be more likely to see it over there actually at this point. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload. I want to thank you all again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.